Oh man, let's start with the obvious. Rest in peace to DMX,
Yeah, man.
Earl Simmons,
The dog, man.
the dog. Oh, I should have had some dog barks queued up on here. What was I
Yeah.
thinking? But
The
what
legend.
I I
Definitely
don't know what
legend.
are they saying. I've been hearing a bunch of different things.
As
Heart
far as
attacks and
cause,
yeah.
it's like I don't know if we really have like all the information.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? With so many different things came out, and of course they jump right to drugs.
Yeah, I think that's just the obvious.
Yeah.
So, but I don't think we really know.
Right,
There
right, right.
obviously was a heart attack involved,
Right.
which caused some severe brain damage and
Right.
all that. So, but I don't know if we know what really caused the
Caused
heart
it.
attack.
Right. I saw drugs, then it was COVID, then it
Yeah, I
was
heard
that. Yeah, I
heard
COVID
that.
vaccine, then it was
Yeah,
heard
heart
that.
attack. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna just
And it's so
relax.
crazy how just the world that we live in, like immediately because of where we live, the way we're living, COVID automatically played a part.
Yeah.
Like people jump right to that. Like,
Yeah.
man, I heard he got a COVID shot last week.
Right.
Like
yeah.
Why can't people just wait until the autopsy?
Exactly.
Want to be
because they want to be the first one. See,
Yeah,
I told y'all.
I told y'all this is
Yeah.
what it was.
That's exactly what it is. Be wrong as hell.
Yeah. I don't. Not that I don't care what it was, because I obviously care, but I don't care what it was. It's a bigger fish to fry here.
Yeah, and it's like it's so much more important things. First to celebrate life of someone who was really
Iconic.
important to a lot of people, including us.
Mhm.
So like like it does it really matter as much as people have been emphasizing like what it was? Does it matter that much? Absolutely not.
Yeah, to me it didn't matter. It was just sad because like he was a big part of our childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So something you grew up with and now I'm gone. It's like, whew, you feel me? Like,
Yep.
And not only that, it's what he was going through.
yeah,
Every album we heard about it, and
Mhm.
he was really in touch with God spiritually. We also was something that he put on the forefront, which is one of the main reasons I love him, because he didn't.
He never hit it.
Yeah, he never hid
Never
his love
hid
for
it.
yeah,
God.
exactly. Yeah.
Always let us know that even though he was doing what he was doing, he was conscious of what he was doing, and he understood the consequences behind it, and he knew that he had to answer to someone someday.
Right.
So that was one thing that I always respected about him. But I think the bigger thing here is, like what Joey said, is that we need to start looking at the good side of people when they pass. As soon
Yeah.
as someone passes from our community, the first thing we go to is the wrong they did,
Right.
to almost justify or statements about them, or opinions or things that we feel about them. It's like the situation yesterday where a post was made and people said things to someone, attacking that person the same way that that person was attacking someone else.
Yeah.
And it just creates a big ball.
Then it's a snowball.
Right. Instead of opening the floor to discussion, that's why I did the live, just to let everybody know, like, yo, you don't gotta attack somebody for having an opinion.
Right.
You can easily combat them with a respectful conversation. And I'm glad that this situation is opening the doors for that conversation as far as addiction goes, as far as our community is concerned.
Right.
Because it's something that's frowned upon, number one. And then number two, when things like this happen, we say, oh, well, he got high, or he did this, or he did that. And I just feel like we need to be able to separate man from man's actions.
Yeah.
Because we all do dumb stuff or have done dumb
and
things.
it's
before.
one of those things, right? Especially where we're from and how we've grown up and our family. Like, yeah, the addiction, and it's hard and it's tough. And it's tough on the family, tough on the children, whoever you want to categorize as being tough on. But typically, those people are some of the best people in our family at their core.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it doesn't necessarily make them a bad person just because they choose to do drugs. You know what I mean? In DMX's situation, the way that people like attacked him, like to hear his story, like that shit is fucking heartbreaking, bro.
Yeah,
Like he
yeah.
could barely even say it.
Yeah.
Like that's how bad his situation
rough,
is.
man.
And like if you think about his music and think about how much he was praying, like he was so open to us. He told us the demons that he was fighting. On his album, the demons are there, and he's talking to God to try to fight them all at the same time. His entire career, and we've always known that. It's never been a secret.
Right.
So, like, for somebody to attack somebody that's been fighting that battle that long, what he was 13 the situation, 14. So what's that? 36 years.
Before that, mom gave him up. You feel me?
That's what I'm saying.
Even
like,
before his first hit,
jail before that.
he was going. You feel me? It was rough. But like what Hood said, man, everybody got their demons, and like you said, but at their core, they can be good people.
yeah.
So when we talk, like I like this situation, like everybody is entitled to their own opinion. Just how you word things, man.
That too.
Like words.
Read the room.
Yeah.
Word,
It's kind of hard to do that on the internet, though. You know what I'm
Yup.
saying?
Not really. It's not.
It's not.
With situations as intense as this one,
Cause I can, like,
death.
Yeah.
I think I know how to talk about death without causing a stir.
Well, some people are
which
like,
makes me think that was done. I mean, we know it was done purposely, but
but some people are like very blunt. You know, like when we talk to each other, like, and sometimes I gotta catch myself because my mom and my dad are very blunt. So in certain situations where I have to be like more sensitive because other people wasn't raised like that.
But being blunt and being ignorant are two very different things.
right.
Because you can say something to someone and you can give them raw, hard facts that they may not want, they may not want to hear, and then you can just say something that's flat out ignorant.
Right.
And that's two completely different things. And some people purposely say ignorant shit
seriously.
to get a reaction because social media is such a thing, right?
Definitely with
like
this young generation.
the ignorant shit is gonna get the most response.
Yeah, because I don't even necessarily feel like the people saying the things that they're saying feel that way, if that makes sense.
Right.
They honestly feel the way that they're saying they do.
Yeah. Because when you think about those things like the insensitivities, is that a word? Insensitivities.
For sure.
Like normal people can't really be that insensitive.
Right.
Like you almost gotta force yourself to be that
yeah.
insensitive. Like that takes a lot of energy
Right.
to be, in my opinion. Maybe it's because I do have a sensitive side and maybe I'm just speaking from my experience. But I feel like it's really hard in some of those situations to be like, man, damn, you really don't give a fuck what people think enough to be that rude.
And
like that's wild.
And then to go even further, it makes you think, all right, well, what is this person going through that posted it?
Right.
Because it's
They're
obviously
projecting.
yeah, exactly. It's obviously a deeper issue.
Yup.
It always is though. In those
Right.
situations.
But Duke says, end of the day, we all got our own addictions. For some people, it's drugs. Some people, it's work. It can be anything under the sun, but your vices shouldn't define you as a person. Correct.
Right.
Flaws don't define you.
Right. Not at all.
But this situation, I've cried before when rappers have transitioned, more so recently with Nipsey.
Yeah.
I didn't cry this time, though. And I think it was more so because, like I said, we all knew what he was battling through the music. And now I feel like he's finally found the peace that we all have been listening to him search for.
I'm telling you, I didn't cry as well, and I did cry with the whole Nipsey Hussle situation, but it was tough at first, but sad, like really sad, like damn. But then I found that video that I posted, I think it was either yesterday or Friday, where he was in the car, he was with his girl, he was singing Michael Jackson, and I was like, man, how can you be sad? Like he transitioned, he looked like he was happy, whether it really was drugs or whatever
His
it
weight
was.
up.
He looked great.
Happy way.
He looked fucking happy. He was dancing. He sang on Michael Jackson. I'm like, yo, he all right.
His girl looked happy.
She looked happy. Like he all right. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's you know.
Then to top it all off, it thunderstorms that night.
Yeah.
I know one thing though.
He up there performing already.
Yup.
I know one thing though. God met DMX at the gate.
Oh yeah.
Because
You
you know
already
all
What,
dogs.
he gotta have a conversation with him?
You know all dogs go to heaven.
Yeah, all dogs do go to heaven.
So the motherfucking 2 pit bulls he was robbing
Yeah,
niggas with is up
it's
there.
up there.
And them niggas is reunited.
Niggas running through the
God was
the
like,
golden
yo,
streets of heaven.
Don't be robbing no angels up here. I'm not trying to kick you out.